What's up, Team Bliss? It's another day, another stretching video. Today we're gonna do some hip mobility and hip flexibility. The reason why we're focusing on this is that this is a key factor to be able to do the splits. So let's start by just moving back to our mats and just start moving our hips forward, back and forward. And try to push as much as I don't know how to say it, but push forward and back, basically. And then we go up and we start rolling back to the left, push forward and all the way back, just to get that range of motion. And we're gonna do the other way, so go to the right, keep your legs straight and just move the hips. Like that. So now we're gonna start with the first exercise. So what I want you to do is to go shoulder, like a little bit more than shoulder apart, and then place your hands and fingers over your head and then slowly go down and push yourself up. We're gonna do this for 45 seconds. Push yourself up to get that hip warm. Down, 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 up, and up, up. 10 seconds left, up, and last time. And when we go down here, we're gonna stand in the sumo position. So have your feet diagonal, use your elbows if it's convenient for you, and then place your hands together and press. Try to think that your bum is supposed to go down to the mat and keep your back straight. So just sit here. Try to relax into it, and if the stretch is too intense, you can put your hands down, and if it's all right, just keep them here and keep stretching. Place your hands down to the mat and come up, shake loose a little bit, move a little bit, step in a little bit closer, and just sit down with your feet straight, and then place down your hands behind you and let one knee fall down. Come up and do the other side. And come up, do this slowly. No stress here. Up. And up. You're not supposed to feel pain. So if you need to do it slower than this pace, slow it down. We have no stress. And sit down, roll to the side, just lay straight. So what we're gonna do from here is that we're gonna take one leg up. So we're gonna start with the right. We're gonna flex our foot, and we're gonna try to touch our knee to our right shoulder. So just lay here and try to touch knee to right shoulder. So your hands are pulling your shoulder down, or pulling your knee down to your shoulder. Think about tensing the foot, but relaxing the hip. And we let the right leg go down. We take up the left, and we do the same thing on the left side. So flex your foot and try to touch your left shoulder this time. So press down your knee, flex your foot, but relax your hips. So each stretch we're doing for 45 seconds. And then we have 15 seconds to change the position. And let go. You can shake your legs a little bit if you want. So now we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna do with both our legs. So basically hug your knees, flex your feet, and try to push your knees up to the ceiling. But at the same time, you're trying to touch your bum to the ground. So if your ass is up like this, you try to press it down so your lower back is just laying on the mat. So you should be feeling this in your hips. It's not a relaxing pose. It's relaxing, but you still feel the stretch. So release your knees. And for now, we're gonna do happy baby pose. So basically, bend your legs, grab your feet outside from the outside, and press your knees down, but at the same time, you're pushing your feet up to the ceiling, and at the same time as you're doing these movements, you're pressing your back down to the mat, your lower back and bum. And just relax to it. Feels good. Release. And lay your feet down. And then from here, we're gonna raise our leg up, going down to the side, and then connecting our feet again. So up, going out to the side, and connect. Straight, out to the side, and connect. And change. So now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna have to move a little bit out. We're gonna be laying half on the mat and half outside. You don't have to do that if you have space. So we lift the left, out to the side, and connect. You might feel something like moving in the hip while you're doing this. That's completely normal. It's just the hip joint making sounds. It's funny because my left is always making sounds, but my right is completely quiet. And feet down. I'm gonna move back on my mat. And we're gonna have our feet on the mat. Release our right. And then we're gonna do a little kick up and let it down slowly. Kick up, down. And change foot or change leg. Kick. That was the last one. So the next exercise we're gonna do is gonna be probably one you recognize, which is the butterfly. And sit here, hold your feet and just move dynamic, like push your knees down to the ground. Getting those hips warm and pushing the limit. You should not feel pain, but you should stretch your limits by trying to push your knees down to the ground. From here, we're gonna do the same pose, but this time we're gonna be doing a static stretch, which means that we're gonna try to hold your position for 45 seconds. So when the time starts, grab your ankles and use your elbows and push down your knees and legs. It's okay if you're here. If you're here, it's fine. Just push from here. If you're lower, push here. And if you almost can touch the ground, just keep on pushing and hold. Seconds. And come back from here. Let your right leg be straight, and then step over with your left foot and hug your knee. What you can think about here is that you want to be straight in your body. So keep your back straight, suck your tummy in, and just hug your left leg as much as possible. You should feel the stretch here. Left leg, change, hug your right, and keep your back straight. seconds. And release. From here, I'm gonna lay your back down. The right leg, we're gonna do 3 steps. So we point our feet diagonal to the right side. We're gonna place our left on top of the knee of the right leg, and then we're gonna start pulling the left knee to our right shoulder. And that should be a really intense stretch that we should keep here for 45 seconds. This is crazy intense for me. There's something with my left side today. And release. Left leg down, right to the middle. We step 3 steps to the side. 1, 2, 3. We place our right over the left knee, and now we push our right knee to the left shoulder. And you should be feeling it all the way here, this area. This is one of my favorite stretches because it's so intense. You really feel it. Doesn't matter if you're already flexible in this area. It is intense. Sorry. And release. So we come back here. We're gonna do a pose where we have our right leg in 90 degrees and we straighten up the back, and we start like trying to push this side down. If your limits are here, it's completely fine. If you can go all the way down, that's even better. We come back up, we change here, left 90 degrees, and push down. Come back here. Now we're gonna do frog pose. So frog pose is basically you open and go down to the sides. So you want to like keep your legs in a 90-degree angle. If you look from the side, you want the feet to be here, and then from here you slide down. So you're flexing your foot and you slide down and stay here. This for me is a little bit painful because I'm outside the mat. So I'm gonna go this side instead. But you keep doing what you're doing. Also, if you're doing this home and you have like some problem to slide down, like I am here on this mat, use a pillow or something like a sock under your knee, and it's gonna be easier for you to slide down. And in this position, we're gonna stay for 2 minutes. You can also rock your body slowly back and forward. Try to think about your breath and just relax in it. Even if it's uncomfortable, try to just relax. 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come up. And just sit down on your knees. Close your eyes and take a few breaths. And just relax. This stretch is something that is really gonna help you relax your hips and get more flexibility in your hips. And if you try to do this a few times a week, that's definitely gonna make it so much easier for you to be able to do your splits in a more comfortable way. So that's it. This was the hip mobility or hip flexibility session. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it wasn't too frustrating. And until the next one, it's a love.